Welcome. Today we're diving into a topic that affects almost everyone, the difference between debit cards and credit cards. Whether you're new to managing your finances or just want a refresher, understanding these two types of cards can help you make smarter spending decisions. We'll break down how each card works, their main features, and when it's best to use one over the other. By the end, you'll feel more confident about choosing the right card for every situation. Start with debit cards. A debit card is directly linked to your bank account. When you use it to make a purchase, the money is immediately withdrawn from your account. Debit cards are great for everyday spending and help you stick to your budget because you can only spend what you have. They're widely accepted at stores, online, and ATMs, making them convenient for daily use. Now let's talk about credit cards. Unlike debit cards, credit cards let you borrow money up to a certain limit set by your bank or card issuer. You can make purchases and pay the money back later, usually at the end of the month. If you don't pay the full amount, you'll be charged interest on the remaining balance. Credit cards are useful for building credit history and offer extra protections for purchases. When you swipe or tap your debit card, the transaction is processed almost instantly. The money comes straight out of your checking account, so you need to have enough funds available. If you try to spend more than you have, the transaction may be declined or you could face overdraft fees, depending on your bank's policies. The credit card, you can make purchases up to your credit limit. At the end of your billing cycle, you'll receive a statement showing what you owe. You can choose to pay the full amount or just a minimum payment. Paying only the minimum means you'll pay interest on the rest, which can add up quickly. Responsible use helps you build a good credit score. Debit cards limit your spending to the amount in your bank account. This makes it easier to avoid debt, but also means you can't spend more than you have. Credit cards, on the other hand, give you a set credit limit. While this can be helpful in emergencies, it also means you need to be careful not to overspend and rack up debt. One big difference is interest and fees. Debit cards usually don't charge interest because you're using your own money. However, you might face overdraft fees if you spend more than your balance. Credit cards charge interest if you don't pay your balance in full each month, and some cards have annual fees or late payment charges. Using a credit card responsibly can help you build a positive credit history, which is important for things like loans or renting an apartment. Debit cards, however, don't affect your credit score because they don't involve borrowing money. If building credit is a goal, using a credit card and paying on time is key. Both debit and credit cards offer security features like PIN protection and fraud monitoring. However, credit cards often provide better protection against unauthorized transactions. If your credit card is used fraudulently, you usually aren't responsible for the charges. With debit cards, getting your money back can take longer. Credit cards often come with rewards programs, cashback, or travel points. These perks can add up if you use your card wisely and pay your balance in full. Debit cards rarely offer such benefits, so if rewards are important to you, a credit card might be the better choice. Debit cards are commonly used to withdraw cash from ATMs. You can access your funds easily, but be aware of possible fees if you use an out-of-network ATM. Credit cards can also be used for cash advances, but these usually come with high fees and interest rates, so it's best to avoid them unless absolutely necessary. Both debit and credit cards can be used for online shopping. However, credit cards often offer better protection against fraud and disputes. If something goes wrong with your purchase, it's usually easier to resolve the issue with a credit card. Debit cards work too, but your money is at greater risk if your card details are stolen. In traveling, credit cards are often more widely accepted, especially for hotels, car rentals, and international purchases. They also offer travel insurance and other perks. Debit cards can be used, but some hotels or rental companies may place a hold on your funds, which can tie up your money during your trip. Debit cards are excellent tools for budgeting. Since you can only spend what's in your account, It's easier to keep track of your money and avoid debt. Many people use debit cards for everyday expenses like groceries, gas, and dining out, helping them stay within their financial limits. Credit cards can be a lifesaver in emergencies when you need to pay for unexpected expenses and don't have enough cash on hand. Just remember, it's important to pay off the balance as soon as possible to avoid high interest charges. Used responsibly, credit cards provide a financial safety net. For recurring payments like subscriptions or memberships, credit cards are often preferred. They offer better protection if you need to dispute a charge, and you won't risk overdrawing your checking account. Debit cards can be used, but make sure you always have enough funds to avoid declined payments or fees. Debit cards are often available to teens and young adults, sometimes even for children with parental supervision. Credit cards usually require you to be at least 18 and have a source of income. This makes debit cards a good starting point for learning about money management before moving on to credit. Both cards have risks. With debit cards, if your card is stolen, your bank account could be drained quickly. With credit cards, overspending can lead to debt and damage your credit score. It's important to monitor your accounts regularly and report any suspicious activity right away. Use your debit card for everyday purchases, ATM withdrawals, and when you want to stick to a budget. It's also a good choice for small, routine expenses where you don't need extra protections or rewards. Just make sure you have enough funds in your account to cover your spending. Credit cards are best for larger purchases, online shopping, travel, and emergencies. They offer better protection, rewards, and can help you build credit. Just be sure to pay your balance in full each month to avoid interest and keep your credit score healthy. Wrap up, debit cards are great for managing daily expenses and staying within your means, while credit cards offer more flexibility, rewards, and protection if used responsibly. The key is to understand the strengths and weaknesses of each card and use them to your advantage. Always monitor your accounts, pay bills on time, and choose the card that fits your needs in each situation.